Hey, what's up, everybody? Chris here for Poker Savvy Plus, bringing you part one of a new 6-max series that Andrew and I are doing called The Full Dollar. You want to say what's up, Andrew? So, this series is going to be a follow-up to Andrew's critically acclaimed 10-part video masterpiece, the full, or the half dollar, rather. And this video series, we decided to step it up the ante, and take a look at 100 no limit. I think it's the next logical progression step for NL50 players, and a stake that we just haven't covered that much at Poker Savvy at this point. So we figured some dual commentary, dual approach to 100 no limit would be the way to go. So what we're going to do in this video is I've pre-recorded a session slaying 100 no limit, and I'm going to teach you guys how to do the same. But before we jump into the action, Andrew is going to kind of give us his breakdown on the games at 100 no limit, the limit itself, and some just kind of tips for you players looking to move up to this stake, tips for people who are playing this stake that you should expect, and kind of just break down the games as he knows them. So I'm going to shut up right now and let
Thank
him
you.
jump to that.
Yeah, I mean the basic idea is that the move from no limit 50 to no limit 100 used to be, pre-legislation, not that big of a deal, but it has actually become quite a significant jump these days. The reason being is that 100 NL is where you can actually start making a living, which is pretty decent. You can make some pretty reasonable money, definitely comparable, if not more than you can, doing a normal kind of office job. So what that means is that you get a lot of people who are playing professionally. Whereas at No Limit 50, you do get some people who are doing that, but it doesn't really make that much sort of financial sense. So what that translates into is people who have a lot of your opponents are going to have pretty well-rounded, pretty solid kind of games. That means that obviously there's just less. It makes them less exploitable. So not only do they make less mistakes, but you can get away with making less mistakes yourself. So you have to be playing better, and they'll be playing better against you. So my personal experience is that when I first moved up to no limit 100, I was fortunate in that I ran good. So I made it stick the first time, but then it took me a long and quite painful process of figuring out that my game was just full of holes, and I hadn't realized that at no limit 50 because no one was really taking advantage of me. And what you will find at No Limit 100 is that the players are kind of on that second level where it's not just about playing your hand so much. They do try and actually play back at you and play your range and sort of understand where, spots where you'll be weak, and they will attack you much more than at No Limit 50. That being said, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're good players, as you'll find out watching Chris completely destroy them in this video. They make kind of good moves, but in the wrong ways and in the wrong places, and their frequencies are off and their ranges are off. But just on the face of it, they're far more aggressive, and that makes them much more difficult to play against.